in a very small area, so to speak.
Look at one.
3 international airports. Ask yourself that is claiming you're a Nigerian. I'm Igbo. I have Yoruba friends. I have Hausa friends. And we play together. We go to club together. How many international airports do you have? And how many do they have?
In the north.
When we say what we say, people accuse us of hatred. Oh, you hate people. You know, that is a lie. We want everybody to be free. There is no justification for Yoruba to collude with the North, with Fulani, to suffer us, to kill, to impoverish us, to put us in so much agony and so much pain. The hold up yesterday is from Head Bridge on the Jatuore. Did you see the video? Hold up. And I keep asking myself, we have more people in the US than any other ethnic group. Is that correct? Am I wrong?
That's right.
Why must you keep quiet when such a thing is happening to your people? Do you think that the love of your people is by wearing Isiago and going to a function on a Saturday? That doesn't mean you love your people.
Never.
It doesn't mean that at all.
Never.
It means you're a greedy, gluttonous fool.
Forever.
The only time you identify with your people, albeit so cowardly, is when there is rice or chicken and the offense are involved. And drink. The way you treat your people. If those we are meeting here in America were to treat us that way, do you think that Biafra will come?
No.
We get better treatment from foreigners and the ultra white people more than our own. The way things are back home, are you happy?
No.
Are you happy?
No. No.
Anybody who lives in America and you have children, you say Biafra will not come. Your children cannot follow you home. Your name will die in America. If you are in America and you say no to Biafra, you say no to IPOB, you see what is happening and you keep quiet, you will lose your children in America. Amen. They will marry white people here. They will marry Hispanics here. Your name will die in this very place.
Amen. Yeah, man.
Let me ask you this. Do you think we are doing what we are doing to be what? Huh? No. Why do you think we are doing? Let's be honest with ourselves. Why do you think I'm doing what I'm doing?
Love of country. Love of your people.
Love of your people.
Let me say it one more time. I am not leading IPOB to become the president of Biafra. I will not be, no matter what. I am not doing it so I will get contract or land.
Or influence.
Or influence.
Whatever.
As I told them yesterday, once Biafra comes, I will go to a place called Iyojitan in my village. I will build a house and I'll build a ditch around it. I fill it with water and I'll put crocodiles inside. Because serving people is not easy. It's the most difficult job in the world. Yes. I see Trump sweating sometimes when they're doing it. I keep saying to myself, I wish Trump can come and head one group alone in Biafra land.
I see how.
I'm sure our coordinators are here, they can testify, isn't it? Our coordinators are here, isn't it? Sometimes I want my name. But all the same, we love our people because they're very unique. A very special breed. Yes. In spite of all the, I wouldn't call it disappointment, in spite of all the Challenges, I think that's a better word we're encountering. And our message to all those who are unfortunate enough to find themselves in the zoo, courtesy of the British, the mission of IPOB is to set everybody free. We are not going to come to your land to ask you what is in your land. No. Instead, we'll give you the ones we have. Yes. And I want to repeat on record. On record, that every part of the zoo will receive abundant oil and gas to do with as they please. Anybody telling you that we are fighting for Biafra because of oil and gas, never. You know that person is very, very stupid. Forever. And wicked. And wicked. It is in our interest as Biafrans to make sure that Yoruba has oil and gas in abundance to grow their economy. Yes. Fulani the same. You don't understand what economic growth is all about. I will even go as far as all of West Africa. For the simple reason that it is in our interest that they are also developed. In our interest. I've said it before. Yes. I think America is about to sign the NAFTA. Is it the new revised NAFTA?
Yeah, by Trump.
Have they signed it?
No.
Not yet.
You have passed it.
It is in the interest of America that Canada is doing well.
Yeah, Canada.
That Mexico is doing well. If Mexico is doing well, do you think they will cross over the border to come in here? If we don't help to grow the economies of Oduduwa, of our neighbors, so to speak, then the influx will be unsustainable.
Yes, it's true.
And we don't want that.
We don't want that.
We don't. Not at all. Therefore, everything we preach, everything we hear, this effort to restore Biafra is the responsibility of every man, woman, and child in the USA. The state of Israel was born here.
Yes.
Albania was born here. Kosovo was born here. Yep. Even Eritrea was born here. Yeah, they don't even hide it. Southern Sudan was born here.
Yep. Southern Sudan.
They say that those with Abraham as father don't go to hell. Is that correct? We have all of you in America. Why should I come to Capitol Hill and be struggling all the time to convince your own congressman or woman or senator when you're there already? And it won't cost you anything. And they'll even listen to you more than they listen to you. These are the assets we have that the zoo cannot stop. Your congressman is not going to give your name to DSS back home. Of course not. You can make phone calls. You can follow them on Twitter. You can tweet, can't you? Yes. Don't tweet anything. Just tweet your local, even your mayor, and say, this is what is happening in my land. We need to bring the issue of Biafra to the streets of America.
They have already sent us Christmas greetings. Those senators.
Very good. These are the things, because you are the ones voting for them.
Yes.
These are the things you need to understand. I don't know how to say it sometimes for us to begin to appreciate the enormity of this very task and the need for those of you in America to rise up and do the needful. Do what you're supposed to do. We are marching next year in July, is that correct?
Yes.
June 20th.
Yes.
They brought it forward to June. Okay. Sorry, June 20th. Okay. They've changed from July now to June. You know we are tenants. Is anything the landlord says? The fly will come out. Okay. The fly will be out very soon. Right. Now, July 20th. June
20th.
I'm here July and I'm listening. June 20th. June 20th. Yes?
2020.
Go and get all your children and your grandchildren.
I'll say how.
I'm sure our coordinators are here, they can testify, isn't it? Our coordinators are here, isn't it? Sometimes I want my name. But all the same.
Elementary school. Yeah. And the high school.
We need all our children read. Yes. In spite of all in Washington, D.C.
Okay.
For this very match. Everybody's appointment. In spite of all the challenges that we're encountering. It was fun to let the world know how big we are. And our message to all those who are unfortunate enough and themselves in the zoo, looking for us. Courtesy of the British, we're not going to look for them. They'll come to us.
Oh, no, come on.
The mission of IPOB is to set and we can make a difference. It is we are not going to come to your land to ask you what is in your land. Instead of 2020, I am begging all of you, those who are here and those all over the world. We have been doing our sense for many years.
More than 80 years.
It got us nowhere. I am begging Biafrans all over the world. Anybody telling Chairman Andy, I'm here. They don't know what is happening back home. We are everywhere. We own the land. The land belongs to us. And there's nothing Alamati can do about it. That land is our choice. And they can never come in. And I have not told you, also as a result of the moves we are making in Washington, telling them what the army is doing. I also got the information today that the Nigerian army have decided to pull out of Biafra land. And this is the occupied. Some of you don't understand what diplomacy is. When you meet a congressman or a congresswoman and you're telling them these are your problems, they may say to your face, I'm not interested, this thing go and resolve it. But because they are, they have conscience. Yeah. When they go back, they think about it, and they see there is merit 200 years of free labor. Is that correct or not? Right. You know, I speak the truth. Even when I went to China, I also speak the truth.
Of course,
those 200 years of free labor came from our ancestors. Yes. Is that true or false? True. So we must take advantage of our situation here to help our land. Very, very important. Very, very important. Very, very important. The Zoo Army said that they have no security challenges in the east. But all the same, they have to stay there because of IPOB. And as I keep saying, every generation that will come after us, even their children, children's children, they will remember IPOB.
Yes.
It's not going anywhere.
Oh, Forever Foundation.
Yes. Sani said to Danjuma, let Nigeria burn and be free instead of hiding the truth. So those who were scared to speak out before, they are now speaking. Because we sacrificed a lot of lives. This same IPOB remained very resolute.
Yes.
That is why those with a little courage are now coming out. The zoo cannot stop. Say what previously they were afraid of saying. And he went on to say, he was a former senator, to say Nigeria is sitting on many fault lines is an understatement. The difference between IPOB and any other group, any other nationality, I say this is what is happening. Is that we say something, we stand on that very thing that we're saying, and we do something about it. I'm resonating to the message that IPOB is missing to us. IPOB in Lebanon, of all places, Lebanon. Is entirely made up of our brethren from Efik.
Awesome. Wow.
And I don't want you to think that IPOB is an Igbo affair or restricted across the Niger. Everybody wants to be a part of it because they have seen the light, they have seen the truth. That what we have been saying is the truth. We are not against anybody. We are not asking to take your land, to take nothing at all, but for everybody to be free to decide what they want to do with their lives.
Yes. Simple.
That is why today they reference us. And no fences will be. Are they going to mend any fence? What's their name? I don't want to mention them. Those that work for Anger of the Life. The people that issue them fit notice. All those who go eating alamajiri. Do you know what they said? Let me see if I can find it, because anytime I do news analysis, I always use what they say. I always use what comes out of their mouth. Do you know what the Al-Majri boy said? He said that they should go and do that the zoo should incorporate referendum in the constitution. Did anybody read that very news? No, you didn't. I will find it. Uche, did I send it to you? I'm going to find it. That was what they said. That they want. I have it with me. I have it with you. Even the Wall Street Journal have written about what the Fulanis are doing. Is here. Wall Street. I'm aware. Okay, was sent to me. So that the work you are doing on Capitol Hill is I'm begging all of you, those who are here and those who are over the work. Of course it is. We have been doing our since for many years. You can read it. It's from the nation. Goes nowhere. I am begging Biafrans all over the world not to do. Anybody inclusion of referendum in constitutional amendment. They don't know what is happening. And they gave reason as to why. Nation, go and look for Nation Newspaper. Okay, network Nation Newspaper, look for it. Northern group seek for referendum to be included in the constitution amendment. Look for it and find it for me. If you find it, and they said it is because of IPOB. Find it for me. For those of you that thought that what we are doing was meaningless, that is confirmation. No. Okay, have you seen it? Has anyone seen it? We know network in America.
The creator of network, the creator of communication.
Find it for me, please. It's on Nation Newspaper.
The communication inventor.
It's okay, just
Nigerian Nation Newspaper.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. Have you found it? You found it. Awesome. Thank you very much. Northern group seeks inclusion of referendum in constitutional amendment.
So everybody can vote on both.
They are now urging the National Assembly to, without further delay, because they know we are destroying the zoo, without further delay, commence the amendment of the Constitution with the primary aim of inserting the referendum clause in the Constitution that will pave the way for the restructuring of the country. They also went on to say that they are now faulting the failure of previous administrations for failing to include referendum in the Constitution. Listen, which would have guaranteed member ethnic nations for the very first time. They are acknowledging that the zoo is made up of ethnic nations. Their right to self-determination. According to this Alamajiri that was saying this, if this clause had been in the Constitution, the country would have been saved. Listen to the grammar. The country would have been saved the violent effects of agitation by militant ethnic groups in the country, such as IPOB. And I told you before that after dealing with them, they will beg us to take our Biafra. I told you, after dealing with them,
They have been exposed. Everybody is exposed already.
they will work nothing. They are playing with us. They don't know how determined we are. They don't understand how focused we are. They don't understand what we are prepared to sacrifice for Biafra. They underestimated us. And it's a good thing they did.
Yes. Oh, good, very good.
If they knew how serious we were, I'm sure when I was arrested, they would have killed me or shot me.
Yeah. And damn it.
Now they know. Now they know we are Biafrans. Now they know there is no going back. Now they understand how serious we are. The Yorubas can choose to be slaves in Nigeria. The Biafrans will never be slaves.
Never.
And they say,
You can't put us in the bag.
never.
They have lost their voice, but we have not lost ours.
Yes.
We will continue to speak. I also have a message for all component ethnic groups in Biafra land. Those that they will give peanuts to and tell you, oh, don't worry, we'll clean your village for you.
Strategy for you.
Those that will go to, because that's what they do all the time.
Always.
I call it the warrant chief methodology. You know, we had no, forget all this Asia thing you're saying, you know, we had none before.
Of course.
Do you know that? When somebody says, my father is the traditional ruler or the Eze or the king, there is no king in our land.
Never.
These are warrant chiefs imposed on us by the British.
Not their strategy.
And that is what the Fulanis are doing now. They determine who your leaders should be. I said it before, some people didn't quite understand. You see that Emeka for that's it. Yes. We are going to set an example with him. They were the first set of people. When the Fulanis came into our land, when they came into Oka and beyond during the war, their aim, according to Murtala Mohammed from his mouth, their aim was to kill everybody. Every male child. Up to the age of 10 to 12. Then convert them to Islam, appoint them to be the leaders of our community. When that very plan failed, they used one or two people to go and form Ohaneze. I keep saying it all the time. Because I may call a meeting now of a few people together to start something. But you won't know what I have in mind. You won't know who sent me. Some of our people here in the USA, a governor will come and give them some money. Say, call your friends. And they call their friends. And they start one thing or the other. Isn't that correct? Isn't that correct? That was what happened to Ohaneze.
What strategy?
And Ohaneze became a tool at the hands of the Fulani Caliphate with which to destroy our people. Because Wodo was arguing with me that Ohaneze was formed by a notable Igbo man. And I said, you're talking...
I said, a clown of, falsehood.
If they were formed, imagine that somebody with my type of outlook, or should I say the outlook of IPOB, we have to be in charge of Ohaneze. Do you think 3 Igbo local governments will be in Benue State? No. Ejagam.
Which is Ejaga?
Ejagam.
Oh, no.
Do you know there are Igbo communities in Cross River State?
Yes.
Are you aware? They cut you and put you when Alamajiri wants to drop, they put one tiny dot. That's what they're doing in DC. They come to the office of the senator. They show one tiny red dot in a green landmass and say, oh, these people doing all this things. They're only there. They're not even the majority of the people. That is why I say to our people, Inefi Kibibio, Anna, Eket, Oron, the job people. I'm very glad that we are now beginning to wake up in the part of the world. That if we don't bind together, as the Yorubas have now realized, that they need to work with IPOB in order to stop this influx of Satan. If you don't work with us, all of us together as one family, this great IPOB, we will be overrun by the Fulani Caliphate. The Fulani themselves cannot, they have never fought any war before.
Never.
People always fight their wars for them.
That's right.
Are you listening to me? Yes. Fulani gets you to do their dirty work for them. Fulani did not defeat the Hausa. Fulani convinced the Hausa to fight themselves. During the war, Fulani convinced T.Y. Danjuma and the Middle Belt to fight. The entire infantry corps of the Nigerian army was made up of people from the Middle Belt.
Yes, 75%. 75.
But they are in Sokoto, calling the shots, saying, oh, we are one Nigeria. We North. What happened to the North? And I said together and won. How come you started with only 13 states of Sharia? Why not the rest? Do you people know that the Bagi people, where Babangida or Babangida's mom comes from, they are agitating for their own recognition in the zoo? Abuja. Are you aware of that? Yep. They call them Gware. Their name is, in Hausa language, they cannot, because of the syntax, they cannot pronounce, they call them Gware. Yes. They cannot, and now, somebody that speaks Hausa cannot pronounce Bagi. They cannot. Go and try. It's just like asking them to pronounce president. These are historical facts in the zoo. Today they are fighting to be free. And I want to encourage every group in the Middle Belt. I want to encourage everybody, every ethnic group in the zoo to rise up against this impending doom and disaster. And what happened? Hausa people will happen to all of us. By the time you know it is too late.
God forbid.
God forbid. Do you think the left will help you abroad?
No, of course not.
You think they'll help you?
No,
Never.
no.
That is why we need to work very hard to ensure that Biafra is restored in our time.
Yes.
But this very IPOB will never ever fall apart. Never ever ever. I have Koto. The real name is Gobert, not Sokoto. I repeat. Fulanis, they came. The stupidity of the average Hausa person is the reason why we are in the mess we are in today. Understand this very well. If you understand the mindset and the approach of the Fulani, you'll be able to defeat them. Yes. We in IPOB, we know. And that is why we are defeating them. Yes. They came into Sokoto with their cattle, as usual. That happened in 1754. In 1754, they came into Gobert, pretending they have come. You know what they started saying? Oh, we have come to fight corruption. From Senegal, all the way from Senegal, the same way today in Abia State they are fighting corruption. And they said to the Hausa people that we actually Muslims before these vandals came. That the version of his is idolatrous. It's not consistent. Only like those who are opening banks. You came to my house, I cooked for you, I presented it. I called you to come and eat in my house. And you're not telling me that the way I'm shuffling the rice is not good, though. But it's my rice, I cooked it. And I invited you. They told the Hausa people that they are yes, and I was back home. They said, you did not ask the corrupt what his motives were. And funny enough, can you turn off your phone? I want you to turn off your phones if you can. And put it on silent. Vibrate if you may, please. Please do so. And in 1804, in 1804, he managed to convince the Hausa peasants that the thing stopping them is corruption. That they have to fight this war against corruption. And they started a war against corruption. The Hausas foolishly fought war against corruption against their own people and overthrew their kings. And the Fulani, as the Fulanis, listen to this very carefully. It is Zoo. It has a very funny history. As the Fulanis conquered the Hausa helped them to conquer the Wagi people. Yes.